It is week 3 of the Galan Goes. And Galan goes, where does Galan go? Well, Galan goes to 2018. He went for a journey there. What he found, God only knows. But he found something. In any case, 2018, this particular one, and obviously the Galan solo event which follows, will see you going up against these champions here. So you're going to see yourself kind of wanting to do a battle against Dr. Voodoo, She-Hulk, Cable, Gwen, Pool, no, not that one, Sentinel, Symbiote Supreme thing, Namor, and that's what you got to do. Look, if you don't know how to do that particular side quest with this one here, which I have blasted through in week 3, if you don't have a 6-star version of any champion of those mentioned, so, you know, Symbiote Supreme, Thing, Namor, Sentinel, then it's best to go against them in content. You do face off against them by doing the quest of Galan Goes 2. So if you kind of go on that, you will find that if you kind of like repeat the lower one, you can just go in and kind of like see those champions in question you're going to go up against. I would say arena is always a good thing, or practice. Yes, Marvel Contest of Champions gave you some champions. They did that. So if you go to your 2-star section, anytime that you kind of want some of the champions you want to face off against, Kabam have got you covered because they sent them in the calendar to you. What you can do is just face off against those particular champions. It's as simple as that. For me, I just went 6-star Sentinel versus 6-star Sentinel because I've got a 6-star Sentinel. But obviously not everyone's going to have that. It does depend on like the extent of breakdown as to like how you're going to pick up stuff like if you do a 6-star versus a 2-star, then it's going to be 16 fights for you in order to kind of get that Galan quest done, right? That's how that works. I'm sure a lot of you kind of like know how this quest works now because you know either followed the videos or kind of you've got the gist of it by just simply playing this particular one. So this week, I got to be honest, I think it's one of the easier weeks. Not to say that Airwalker was particularly easy and Terex was not ridiculously difficult. It just is what it is with this particular one. And some of them, especially when you get to like your legendary and your epic and legendary, I don't know if it's overly difficult. I don't know. That to me doesn't feel overly difficult. But that's the thing about side quests. They're meant to be kind of like very much easily done as opposed to anything. You're meant to be able to do these like very quickly. And for me, and it's up to you like how you want to do this. Do bear in mind you will have to have 4 of the champions that are required for you, the gate unlockers. So you can see this is an example of the team that you would have to have. Symbiote Supreme, Sentinel, Thing, and Namor in the team with 1 champion slot available that can carry the rest of the team. And it's doing the easy path way, maybe the best option to do. Not necessarily, because there could be some benefits to other paths. I mean, for me, I actually ended up doing Dr. Doom carrying this team here through the right-hand side, going up against Be Like Water. So whenever the defender is inflicted with a non-damaging debuff, they gain an unblockable passive. Slightly annoying, but not ridiculously annoying, because you just keep Namor to the SP1, you keep Ronan to the SP1, you try and push Warlock to SP2, or at least kind of like, you know, stay into a block and be aggressive against the wall. Just as simple as that. And then against the final boss, I gotta be honest, even though I used Dr. Doom against this, I actually really enjoyed using Black Widow Clairvoyant. The reason Black Widow Clairvoyant, and I will be probably putting footage over the top of this whilst I'm speaking right now, why I chose Black Widow Clairvoyant is that, number one, the champion works quite well with heavy attacks, heavy assault. There's Mixed Master, which, look, you know, as long as you kind of like don't do the same attack, same basic attack as says here, if the attacker attempts the same basic attack twice in a row, the defender has 100% chance to evade. And then you've got return policy. Whenever any defender's buffs are nullified, they gain a 40% buff bar power. And then armored assault, while the defender has armor up buff, they gain a 65% rating, attack rating, and they become passively unblockable. The reason that I chose Black Widow Clairvoyant against this was like, number one, we've got Nullify. Number two, we got a good rotation around heavy attacks you can do. 3, he can go to, if you switch to the Incinerate mode, and if you have yourself a Human Torch, which I didn't actually need in the end. Like, I was trying to plan together a synergy with Black Widow Clairvoyant, which is the one that enables the slow debuff in order to counter Mixed Master. I didn't actually need it, which is kind of like rare, which you're going to see in the footage that's going to be on screen right now. But the footage, the kind of the synergy I was looking to use was this, which is called Fire and Forget. which is whenever the opponent is immune to incinerates, they're inflicted with a slow debuff for 8 seconds. And my plan was, in order to kind of like take this champion on, I would, as in Cosmic Ghost rather, I would switch into my incinerate mode, and that would, you know, be the point in which that champion is immune to incinerates. So therefore I get slow debuff, which then would allow me to, you know, go very aggressively and not have to worry too much about the mixed masked element. It's an interesting counter to the situation, because Black Widow Clairvoyant deals with the buffs. She deals with the situation of armor that's going to pop up on the champion whenever you hit him. So it's a win-win situation and can do a lot of damage at the same time. So I thought that was a good kind of like shout right there. Yes, it's not the only one. There's so many different options to take on this champion. I mean, we're going to look just now over some in... so I do this little spreadsheet, which is something I put into the monthly Cavalier cheat sheet. So I'm sure that a lot of people have seen that particular video, and this cheat sheet will be available, will be... will know this. They'll know this. They're kind of like be accustomed to it is the word I was looking for. And as well, like the evade counters, because let's face it, the champion will evade, so you need an evade counter. Nick Fury's your Mole Man's, your well, Mole Man loosely. Corvus with Proxima, interesting one. Could use Magneto if you're going parry heavy on it, so that's another option just off the bat. But there's loads that kind of like sort that out. True accuracy, true strike champions. You've got a lot of counters there to deal with it. You know, your She-Hulks, you're going to be parrying, heavying all the time. Apocalypse, after a while, is going to be fun. But to be honest, and I will be brutally honest, this is very straightforward. I don't think a lot of people are going to have a lot of problems with this. And as I said, for me, I will just probably put the synergy of Black Widow Clairvoyant, who I enjoyed the most doing this. But I didn't actually need that synergy at all. But it's just handy there, just in case anything really happens with it. But yeah, that is really it. There's nothing really more to kind of cover. I think I've covered it quite extensively on this particular kind of idea of takedown. A champion or two to use. A champion that I used. Some footage on screen of it happening. Where we're taking down Cosmic Ghost Rider. That's the team I used in order to get the Thronebreaker objective. That's been week 3, and I'm going to be doing a live stream a little bit later on, a little bit of MCOC, and switching over to continue my domination in Fall Guys. So come on by for the fun times and the swipe, tap taps as is. But check out some other content located on screen. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow in another video. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.